so ababo amana yefe ni se obetimi eye japade ama nchirima so ehun so mfaso na enei eba dansi se yemfa abo ne anwea yemfa nsi dan pa dia na achese yakodom construction na mekamfo na media mawo enemremu webacho se wopa abo anwea na die si wabro san udi adu dwuma bia for yakodom construction o se wopa blocks die si dan blocks no so wopa ahodo apem ne akiri chese die wo pe no frɛ no na one no entwetwe eye enkomo yakodom kro na akwakofa eye machine editu nsuo di aba achese baabi a wo so kwayim se wo fiem se wo hene o se to nsa na frɛ no oba be ye wadwuma no mahon so atimi atepa hwese eno yakodom ena mekamfo na mede ama obehu no ewu kumase mepa chew yakodom number no enye yira kwan kura enti baabi bia wo bia to nsa na frɛ yakodom construction na umedi dwuma no enti mfama wo si dan ajenkofu fie sima wo mu enti ubehu no ashanti region from 0554360760 and as 0592680366 na ne no entwetwe enkomo enso so yakodom construction nei obabdia madasa obadia ma amansan te obabeboa na odan no wagye asiama na afi nso blocks insure pesu ntumfama nyina otunikama enso so ede ama yakodom construction, your home of quality. I was young after say Igbo king Hans and Clement started here. Kwaku and Ayaliga decided they will fight against those called Igbo people and aspect, you know. Near every PM ba kopa a woman say Bano atimi a defend a protective the claim so called Igbo king. Archer say Abani persuader said dear Hassan Ayaliga Yinan a cost 90s work for Subian also. So and decided say Ombe Pamo Igbo king. Babusha so called a year woman say and not yetimi a council bibia na the room sound so a year in say Kwaku na ba church and same bimu Igbo king no ojina ba bi no ka se ono and control Ghana migration na utumi any ade eni se Ghana kra no se o ti o man na sika kakra wo ho a itimi control your security system penfo da no ni ade if not sa Hassan Ayaliga na say issue here by here and come se Ghana otia who scout me the opbia na Kwaku na ba chance bi after say no citizens arrested ina ke na council no Kwaku na ba be chechim na afi so nsema hodo bia eno so e wa chire nguti
before ansana Dr. Hassan ebe uremu no I need to do this and do it quickly. Nipa bonifo bi pese wo mo sabotage ono ankasa president no. And you may be promising Ghanaians certain reforms that will help build this country, not necessarily for NDC, but this country. But some unscrupulous persons within the governments of John Dramani Mahama and the party, they are bent with this sabotage. It became part of candidate John Dramani Mahama's policy program to protect state lands and ensure that all properties wrongfully sold to individuals, politicians, and politically exposed persons are retrieved and returned to government ownership. The initiative forms a key pillar of its anti-corruption and national asset recovery agenda aimed at restoring integrity and accountability in public land administration. Ebra, candidate John Mahama, Eba Bemino, asemo kachire Ghana for ne say, a part of the policy framework said, every property biara, a Ghana property, including state lands, he's going to retrieve all the state lands, state properties back to what? The state. Ghanaians, did we hear this or we did not? We heard him right. Or say, abaninya padie biarano, the previous government, one more higher than area and say, enemy ade, politicians way any politically exposed person actually nafa. That's for me. I'll tell you Ghanaians. A whole man me pay President John Dramani Mahama say all the state properties, let's retrieve it. The state land, retrieve it and return it back to the states. How? Say mo ba be mo a mo pese mo wia or many properties in na anyhow. How? Enunti John Dramani Mahama appointed one individual, a distinguished person here. That person, no, or yeah, and he said that person must what? Must help to retrieve all the state properties and ensure, say, Ghanaians, our properties will be in safe hands. Who did President Mahama appointed? He's called Clement Jato. Move on into screen, so. President John Dramani appointed this man to ensure that all the state properties, state lands, he should take care of it. And Ghanaians, I tell you what, it's been 9 months into his administration. This man has been doing this job so perfectly. And I tell you, how many of the state lands are equally politically exposed persons? This man, Clement Jato, has neatly retrieved many of them, including continuing doing it. In view of the above laid down structure, 9 months into President John Mahama's administration, Ghana is what? Is making remarkable progress in the recovery of government assets. This success is largely attributed to the appointment of what? A distinguished public servant, Mr. Clement Jato, who now heads this critical sector and is leading vigorous national effort to reclaim properties wrongfully taken from the state. Guess what is happening? Currently, as I speak, the frontline intelligence source have picked up a credible information of a plot in the making. A group within government working hand in hand with certain party insiders and party officials are said to be orchestrating a concerted effort to remove Mr. Clement Jato from his position, all in a bid to gain access and loot government lands, properties for their own interests. Our investigations continue to dig deeper into the unfolding scheme. The Yenyan say afi NDC aban nankasem, NDC party nankasem, any ahimfubi, any land guard phobi ISO no. Womo pekwan bi di papa na faso na afi womo yi ni free hwa afi womo bewura all the government lands na ye seize dada no mo san kofa ensase no mo san ye den eton for their parochial interest. Nti papa no that screen is no na so ye sheroff. But I am here tonight telling the John Dramani Mahama's administration, Mr. President Mahama, with respect, please protect this gentleman and protect his office. Sana mu ye yama galamse when Hanabisu Oba waging who see hose or Broma Galamse no abaye a thing of the past. Before a tea and say Hanabisu says Hanabisu jayu, so I don't know. And it's a siano. Masiati another committee, Wamoshama forest no any water bodies ni ye saving. Just ade ye ti wo Ghana and say ni papa ye yi na so no only the commitment or the ye dwuma. Just a couple of weeks ago, a group of what miscreant guys Munya me friend saying Munya me Mokan saying me patriotic song in ready. I'll go for a short break before my guests sit down. Just a couple of weeks ago, a group of miscreants, including land guards, some chiefs and party officials, were spotted invading the animal research lands, attempting to take possession of the property. At the scene of the incident, Mr. Clement Jato personally intervened and drove them off, restoring order. But ever since that bold action, there has been what? A coordinated effort in the shadows to remove him from office. And yes, the front line knows exactly who those individuals are, and sooner rather than later, I'm going to expose them. Tonight is the part one of this. We are going to what? Expose them. We are going to expose them. I'm telling you guys. Now we are even picking some intelligence. the municipal chief executive, and this is a serious allegation, the municipal chief executive of Medina has been allegedly accused of extorting money from the Medina market women, collecting an amount of 5,000 Ghana cedis. Report again also allege that some Nigerian women engaging in illicit trade are also being compelled to pay 2,000 in order to to secure a space for their illicit trade. And all of these things is in the bosom of this very Clement Jato to battle it all and make sure say government properties, lands will not be released for people to do things anyhow. Why? NDC. So now a lot of people within, the bad ones, are trying to take Clement Jato out of the scene. And I am saying, President Mahama, if this thing happen, we will crusade terribly, because I, Kwaku, support the government of John Mahama. When I heard on the campaign platform that Bibia Oba Beyano, what say? Omenya padia abanda dano womase so omde kon obagini na ma oman and yehu sa ampa woye it is a woya and na say ma ye sign eden encourage you now ye no it is a wenya nipa papa na so woye say adwuma na. My question is adenti and nipa bi when this nim person they want to use the axe and axe the man out of his office. Why? Including some NDC officials were spotted in the affair saying the animal research farms. What are they doing there? How can you go and possess such land? Say you want to sell the land. How? It's a government land. One thing I can commend President John Dramani Mahama, apart from the oral team, another thing that I'll commend him as part of his policy program was this: recovery of government assets. Why? Let's look at the man one more time, and then I'll leave this story. This is the part one. Clement Jato, the man is doing his job fantastic. But nipa bonefo ni nipa fuom wendi sinimono bebre impenasem. Don't person me unifrio. And we are going to gauge the space. In the coming days, we'll watch the steps and see whether the man will do his job and do it diligently and protect the national asset and state lands and national properties for this very Republic, Ghana of ours. Folks, make a short break, me ba. Dr. Hassan Ayaliga is right here in the studio. Of course, he needs to speak to Ghanaians with all the unfolding events. And as you know, it would have been less than 24 hours or in a few hours, the thousands of Ghanaians will besiege the self-styling post and embattled Chukudi Jude. But government quickly has run to his rescue. Folks, stick and stay. I'll be right back.
Adofonom ewiase ayewe enam se ahomone ene tumi bone edi nipa achinti da bia obo nipa ama ekodi kodamwam wei aya tete aya dadwene ene kodana abeto odasani so ne santi ena eye agya Saidu Spiritual and Herbal Center se menkanjo se so sa hawi bia omodin so de wani bechem na so ye o saman adwumaka se agya Saidu se menkanjo se na so ye ho wo maloto number e ho sanso ena onni akwanya bia ye de tu gold e ho on fasika emmo sika so fasika beji sika wonya bi ho da ena omma sika nso enwo sika gale onyabi ni nyina ne sese haw bi yare mu haw onamu haw wan kaso aprabo ena hu so abra obehwemu no perpema sibre e de amaw ewiase empani se apra wanketwa ohu akese a no mabobo eje Saidu eye honhu mu nia wa ben papa onim fam okase mpuna na epunu okase nhia na je dem tutututututu baba mosi akwai magani mo wori se on ne betwen komo 0244 381263